All right, coming to you live. Yes, you got the MisippBROs in like a 66-yard game-winning field goal. We are good, baby. Hell yes. Coming to you live, the MisippBROs on YouTube and all your favorite channels, man. I got my bro to my left. You got Chad, big bro to your right. And hey, man, we got another action-packed show for you, man. Welcome to 927. Ooh, 27 is a big number in my life, man. And 9 we will get to later on, man. All right. Hey, a lot of NFL action knocking it down. Pennant races are right there, neck and neck, dude. We got some great Yankees, Red Sox. Whoa. Man. Giants, Dodgers. Whoa. A's, Mariners. They're trying, dude. We're getting there. NBA Media Day. We got David Letterman talking to KD. And also, what are the Warriors going to do if some of their players aren't vaccinated? Oh, come on now. It's been a year and a half. Get off your ass, dude. Anyways, I'm going to hand it over to my bro, man. How are you doing today, my man?
Hey, for a Monday, we're doing splendid. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at, wherever you're tuning in. We cover multiple time zones these days. It's so great to have people tuning in on the chat. Just want to say happy Monday. Shout out Maxie Mays, first guy to jump in the chat. We hung out with Max yesterday, watched a great 49er game that didn't end as fortuitously as Niner fans might have preferred, of course. We'll get to that in a second. But we promised on MisippBROs we're coming to you every Monday, every Thursday. And when we come to you Monday, we're usually going to be loaded with a good amount of NFL content. Let me just say, the Raiders are back, baby. Just kidding. We'll get to more.
I saw that, man. I said, God. I said, was he wearing a Dolphins hat just on Thursday, dude? Or are you just wearing a Dolphins hat, dude?
Oh, man. We will definitely get to it. So I just want to say it was a full day of football action. Thank you, NFL, for all the entertainment. We had some very good games. Of course, you had some very bad games. Another shutout, back-to-back weeks with a shutout in the NFL. Yikes, New York Jets. Anyways, a couple of 3-0 teams we should lead off with. I'm going to ask for your reaction, your surprise. Give me a little tidbit, what you think, because there's some teams you'd expect here. There's some teams you wouldn't. So when we woke up today, Monday, September 27th, we had the Broncos, the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Panthers. Big bro, tell me about the Broncos and the Panthers. I don't think they belong.
Wow, man. Broncos are a huge surprise. Raiders are a huge surprise. I don't think that the Panthers, man, Sam Darnold got out of New York. All right? Got out of New York. Look at that god-awful franchise now. They just got blanked yesterday. They got no relief in sight, dude. So he is happy as hell that he's in Carolina. And they got a good defense, dude. That's a big difference. I'm very surprised that they're 3-0, but not really, because really, now that the games are now that the season's 17 games long, there's still 14 to go, man. That's football fans love that stuff. But 3-0, dude, I'm very surprised at the Broncos, but not really, because remember, I think I said a few pods back, dude, Teddy Bridgewater is not that bad.
No.
And I got some heat for it. Teddy Bridgewater. And I'm like, dude, he's not that bad, man. I put him in the Jimmy Garoppolo area.
Yeah, he's a good solid B with the right team. He gets that dreaded game manager label, which really I translate it to, here's MisippBROs speak. I used it on Alex Smith for so many years. I don't like to say game manager. I think that's it's too simple of a term. But what he is a quarterback that won't lose you the game, but he's probably not going to win you the game. So he's right there in the middle. Let the defense take over. Have a solid running game. They seem to have found something with their young running back, Williams.
Yeah.
But while we're on the topic of Broncos Panthers, I'm going to give you something. You never saw this coming. I've gotten a lot of doppelgangers in my day. People have given me the Shane Leckler comparisons, the Bryce Harpers, et cetera, et cetera. Our own father, Pops MisippBRO, one time told me, son, you look like Sam Darnold. I might get roasted for this on the chat.
Awesome.
I think he was channeling into the head size, maybe. But I was like, Dad, no.
The slick back hair, the nice forehead. Got a good forehead. MisippBROs have nice foreheads.
As long as it's not a 5 head. Let's just keep it at 4.
Yeah, you don't want the 5 head. No, you don't. You don't want people to be able to watch a movie on your forehead. That's not good. No.
So with that said, Broncos and Panthers. Together, we're kind of lumping them into the maybe pretenders category, and I'll tell you why. The Broncos 3 wins this year. have come against, no surprise, teams that have 0 wins so far. These 3 teams combined for 9 wins all of last year. Who are they?
Wow.
The Giants,
Ooh.
the Jaguars, and the Jets. So let's say the Broncos might have been handed the most pudding soft schedule to begin an NFL season in recent history. Beyond that, the Panthers, their 3 opponents, Jets, hello again, Saints, Texans.
Saints aren't bad. Okay,
but these
so
are the
they got
Jameis
one
Winston
there.
Saints, right? Right.
They got one there. Right.
And it was at home. The Saints had just come from Florida for a faux home game. But anyway, let's check in a couple episodes, see where the Broncos and the Panthers remain. I will be shocked if they're, say, 6-0 3 weeks from now. Now, for the real contenders, I believe, the Cardinals. Tell me something about the 3-0 Cardinals. What springs to your mind?
That's one of the more exciting teams in NFL because of Kyler Murray. And Cliff Kingsbury, as the coach, is going to mad scientist that offense all year long, dude. And that division, and I said it before and I'll say it again, and it's being ring true. Niners, Seahawks are the worst team in the division right now. They're still the Seahawks. Cardinals and the freaking Rams. Dude, another 3-0 team. And so, you got these guys I think they're a little bit above everyone else right now, division-wise. And I love the Cardinals because they're exciting. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I think that they're exciting. Now, how does that play out for the Niners, the hometown Niners, dude? As you can see last night, dude, they came so close to beating the Packers, who obviously are not as bad as that first week showed us, okay? Aaron Rodgers still makes ridiculous throws, dude. It's incredible how easy it looks to him, but damn, those throws are hard, okay? And the difference between him and Garoppolo is big.
Well, so from the chat line, Jimmy G gets a C- on skills and an A+ on looks. Thank you, Max.
Yes. Yeah, Jimmy G's got the GQ thing going, man. Remember when he showed up, man, and got signed and everyone was going, "Oh, Jimmy G, man," and uniforms are flying off the shelves, dude, and where are they now, man? I found it interesting watching that game last night since we're on it, man. I don't want to get off the 3-0, but the Niners, I found it interesting that they only used Trey Lance, and I know he's a rook. And I said that, Garoppolo will start the first 4 or 5 games, and then Lance will take over, and I still believe that, okay? Because Lance has a different dynamic, but they're only putting him in for, gimmick plays. They're not even giving him a series yet, They put him in at the goal line, wildcat, run the ball. He's going to run the ball, and he's so much more than that. I found that interesting. Did you think anything like that when you saw him, get inserted into the game last night?
Well, the what do they call it? The Monday morning quarterbacks and everything. During the game, a lot of 49er fans are eager to see what Trey Lance has to show. And, of course, you get frustrated when Jimmy G, throws a pass backwards for a slippery fumble. So it's easy to get on Jimmy G's case. He's kind of the old news. He's kind of the old flame. And people want to see what Trey Lance can do. You just got to be careful where you plug him in, to me, because you might just sink what's left of Jimmy Garoppolo. One of our listeners said it last night. Alex, shout out Alex, safe travels to the desert. I got a text from Alex. I got a text from Alex before the show. I'll tell you about it in a second. You want to be careful to not blow up, I don't know, what might be locker room chemistry, all right? Trey Lance, you still got to pick your spots for him. I do like that they used him, I think it was on 4th and 1 when he scored the naked boot. So there's a lot of confidence in that. And I can only imagine what goes through a defensive team coordinator's minds, the players on there. As soon as Trey Lance is on the field, it's like you got to do this one and remember a whole different playbook. The Niners do legitimately have teams coming in with 2 different game plans because Trey Lance is much different than Jimmy Garoppolo. However, I think Jimmy G's got to start another week. Hopefully he pulls out a win for the 49ers. Hey, man, we could be living in a world where they held on and won that game. He led the Niners down and scored the go-ahead touchdown with 37 seconds left. And maybe the defense plays a little bit prevent, a little bit less prevent. Maybe Devontae Adams doesn't fall out on that last drive. You talked about Rodgers' throws prevent you from winning defense. Yes, always
dude.
bad.
The guy is ridiculous, man, and we saw that last night, man. It was a fun game to watch. Niner fans obviously didn't like it, but it was a hell of a game, and that's what I look for.
And the throw that Rodgers dropped in on that second-to-last completion, he threw it right as Devontae Adams was breaking a route that was about 20 yards deep. And it was a little bit behind him, but not a lot of quarterbacks have that sort of premonition and timing and can drop it like a dime. So the Niners lost a tough one. I just want to say the overreactions were kind of instant to me from some local Niner fans because, again, the defense just holds, makes one more play. Maybe we're talking about Jimmy G's the hero today, you know? So it's a mixed bag.
Right on. All right, man. Yeah, definitely, dude. And then, you got Arizona, Carolina, the Raiders, dude.
The Raiders. Now, well, hold on. You didn't give me my chance to talk about the Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray, but my heart kind of gets pulled on a little bit. It's like watching an ex-girlfriend and really wishing her well because us scorned A's fans, he should be in Oakland in playing center field right about now. I'm happy for Kyler. I don't know if you saw, he's so shifty, so quick. He scored on a naked bootleg that was just uncontested. It was about a 2-yard run.
Now, why is it called a naked bootleg?
Because
What's naked about
I'll tell you exactly what it is. The naked bootleg means he's going to a side that has no receiving options. From hike, all the receivers go this way. The naked bootleg goes that way. There's only one thing to do, that's run for the corner, and Kyler Murray is quite expert at that. Now, when he got to the end zone, he sits down and hit a little yoga pose for all of us DDPY fans out there. So, namaste, Kyler.
DDPY, dude? You think he's a DDPYer, dude?
Yeah, Bruce is adding to the content, and I'll always trust Bruce's football mind. He's adding to the naked bootleg, saying, actually, there's no blocking on that side. So again,
right. I thought it was just
things go left.
I thought you're on your own. Period.
It's kind of like the equivalent of a quarterback counter, but a halfback counter, but for quarterbacks. Anyways, love watching Kyler. Right. He's here to stay. The Cardinals will remain entertaining. Now, the 3-0 Raiders. Didn't think we'd be here. They had a tough schedule to begin. This is the opposite of the Broncos. The teams the Raiders have beat combined last year for 33 wins, all of them made the playoffs. The Raiders became the first team in NFL history to start a season 3-0 against 3 former playoff teams. That's a lot to chew on.
Stop it, dude. Come on, NFL history. This number stuff. I love your stuff, your knowledge, dude, your stuff. But dude, come on. How many playoff teams now per year, dude? They keep adding every freaking year, dude. So I love that stat. That is cool. But actually, I don't love that stat. I like that stat. But it's a misnomer, dude, because they allow way more teams than they used to in the playoffs. So yeah, you can say history, dude, but
I get that. Going back to the days of 2014, 2018, I understand there'd be less than win teams. Back when the schedule wasn't 16 games, hey, now it's 17 games. Anyways, the Raiders have something cooking on offense. They're doing just enough on defense. And yesterday they held up in overtime. Derek Carr did it again, leading fourth quarter, overtime drives, cool under pressure. And your boy Derek Carr is leading the NFL with 1,200-plus passing yards.
Excellent.
That's
hey, man,
400
if someone deserves a freaking nice year, dude, it's that dude. That dude's been through a lot, dude. And I saw his pregame. You know, it was funny to me, man. I don't know if I saw this. I saw the after the guy interviewing him after the game, and there's 70,000 people in that place. They've just been playing football, and the reporter was social distancing away from him with the headphones, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Dude, stop, okay? So, sports is the first one. They're they're like, there's no more rules, okay? You just have to be vaccinated in some places, and that's it. And let's just get over that, okay? I thought that was funny.
Well, don't forget this. Allegiant Stadium became the first NFL stadium to require vaccinated people inside, so that's even more absurd.
So that's even worse, dude. What are you doing, dude? And he's not, no one's wearing masks. And so I just want to get over that stuff, dude. They're playing football. You know what? Everyone has a choice. You want to go to the stadium or not, vaccinated, fine, good, go. I don't want to do this social distancing thing anymore with reporters and all this kind of stuff. Talking to someone across the room, it just looks wrong, dude. Okay, I'm over it. I'm done.
All right.
But anyway, Derek Carr, dude, deserves a freaking good year, and he has started off well, dude. I have to say.
You know what else he deserves? He deserves a haircut. I don't know what he's growing out, but since he's 3-0, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. His own former college teammate, Devontae Adams from Fresno, he said in all of his years, he's never seen Derek Carr with more than a buzz cut. Well, we might know why right now. It looks like,
he's the poster top for Just for Men, dude. Yeah,
man, I don't know what's going on. Chia. So,
oh man,
back to the field. The Raiders are sporting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 receiving options with over 200 yards in 3 games. Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards, Darren Waller, and Henry Ruggs. They're spreading the ball out, and that's impressive.
That is definitely impressive. And then they had some guy that I didn't even know, and you fantasy guys know for sure, ran for a guy. He had a hell of a game running yesterday, man. What was his name, dude? I don't even know his name. The group was talking about him, and I'm like, whoa, man.
That would be Peyton Barber II, and how dare you disrespect his family legacy. No, I'm kidding. He averaged 2.7 yards per carry last year with the Redskins. He was cut by the Bucs 2 years before. He's not really anything special. He's really not. Fantasy owners are going to get all excited about, 100-yard performance, but let's just move on. It was just a generic.
Okay, all right. This is word to the wise that Bruce, do not pick him up on the waiver wire, all right?
Don't do it. Josh Jacobs is coming back week 4 as it is. So we've covered the 3-0 teams we all woke up to. We won't spend too much time in this. Just give me something that stands out or call out the worst of the worst. But here's the teams that woke up 0-3 this morning. The New York Jets, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, New York Giants, and the Detroit Lions, a 66-yard boot and a bounce away from 1-2.
Man.
Only Detroit.
Only in Detroit will a guy leg a 66-yarder, hit the crossbar, bounce straight up, and hit the crossbar again, and then go in. And I'm like, that's so Detroit. That was just, I was at the A's game yesterday, man. I made it to the Coliseum, see my KXSF folks, man, and a little fundraiser action, and watch the A's freaking down the Astros. We'll talk about that later on. But dude, I got a thing on the on text, and it just said Ravens. Wow, and I'm like, okay, because I'm in a freaking, I got roped into one of those suicide pools, and I picked the Ravens. I don't even watch the game. Ooh. I don't watch the game. And I guess, that happened later on, man. And so I was going, what the hell? And I'm going, and I saw the highlight, dude. And I went, that is perfect. And you talked about the Jets and the Giants. How would you like to be a New York, New Jersey area football fan right now at all? I mean, the last few years have just been disgustingly terrible, absolutely horrible, embarrassing. And now, dude, I mean, I can't imagine what the Post and the Daily News are just ripping right now. Yeah. The Jets and the Giants both suck, dude. And that's not good for NFL, really, to tell you the truth.
No, it's not good for business. And there are some cruel, wicked headlines coming from the New York Post and the Times for certain. I don't really see a way out for either team anytime soon. But for the Jets' sake, I will say Robert Saleh is going to be challenged this year. He's an incredible player coach. He's a big-time motivator guy. The locker room loves him everywhere he goes. Just ask 49er players and fans. Just saying, I do trust he can hang on and maybe build something towards the end of the year. But for now, Jets fans, Zach Wilson and that O-line are a little overmatched. However, with this caveat, Zach Wilson is throwing some dimes. He is throwing some bullets, okay? So trust the arm, but he's going to need a lot of help.
No doubt, no doubt. I just kind of thought of a correlation, man, between some of these 0-3 teams. At least 2 of them, rookie coach and rookie quarterback. Not a good combo.
For your Jaguars and for your Jets. And Trevor Lawrence threw 2 interceptions again, game 1, game 2, game 3. Not ideal, but just a reminder to be patient, people. The last quarterback to throw 2+ interceptions in his first 3 games was Peyton Manning, 1998. So
Peyton Manning went 1-15.
He went 1-15, and I believe he threw 13 touchdowns and over 30 interceptions. So hang in there, Trevor Lawrence, and maybe duck as well. So we didn't just have a 66-yard field goal that go in. We had a 68-yard field goal that came up short, and the freaking Jaguars returned it 109 yards.
Dude, that's got to be one of the most exciting plays in football, isn't it?
It is, and it's a record that can't be beaten. It just can't be beaten. There's no 110-yard play to be found.
Was it 109?
It was 109.
There you go, dude. You can't. Now watch them do a 109.5, dude. You watch.
We'll see about that. I know he joined Ed Reed in the record books. Ed Reed did something similar, caught a short field goal attempt, just barely, and he kind of deked the team into thinking they were, he was just going to kneel, and Ed Reed did Ed Reed things. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
Lots of good football action yesterday. We covered the 3-0 teams. We covered the 0-3 teams. I just want to lump this team in there as well. The Falcons are 1-2. In my opinion, they might be the worst team in football. Matt Ryan is out of bullets. The O-line can't block a thing. He can't throw the ball more than 5 yards down the field. It reeks of Drew Brees last year. And their one win came against the Giants yesterday. So keep an eye on the Falcons. That might be their only one.
Wow. Yeah, they look pretty bad, man. And any team with Matt Ryan as your leader is not a good team. Sorry.
Right. So, anyway, that's the football action for now. That we promised to always bring in NFL recap on a Monday, but moving on to some baseball pennant races that just cannot be ignored. Cannot be ignored. Chad, where do we start?
Dude, Yankees, Red Sox. All right. I mean, that's it. I'm just going to tell you right out, man, that is, this is the playoffs for those teams right now. This is the playoffs. Yankees go into Boston and sweep a 3-gamer, dude. Period. End of story. And I was watching a little bit last night, toggling between that and the NFL game, the Niner game. And Stanton comes up, and dang it, man, if the Red Sox can't play defense and catch a pop-up at first base, when you got third basemen playing first base, this is the problem. And then a drop third strike by the catcher, and the next pitch, double off the wall for Judge, and then Stanton follows with a titanic shot, dude. I mean, for all the roids these guys do, we're going to get some of these shots, dude. There's no doubt about it. Stanton is a man-child. We've known that for a long time.
He has been since day one. Day one, Stanton's going to be.
Out of Fenway like that. That sucker was out in 1.8, dude. It was gone, dude. And that's just exciting stuff as a baseball fan. I get tired of the Yanks, Red Sox sometimes, but, man, it hasn't been this like for a while. It's been years since they've both been right there in the thick of it and going battling back and forth for a spot. So this is great, dude. I am enjoying it very, very much, man. And, the Giants just keep on freaking winning. But what do you say? I mean, the Giants just keep on winning. And it's incredible. What are they at? 102? Did I just say 102 wins?
I had
102 wins.
I would love to know the Vegas odds at the beginning of the season were. What was the over-under for the Giants season? Probably like 80, 84?
Oh, yeah.
Would love to, I don't need to time travel anytime soon, but if I did, that'd be a good wager to place.
Yeah. And then, what else is going on, man? I thought the Phillies were going to freaking put up a bigger fight, dude. They've been letting me down, man, the last couple of days because I'd like to see them take it over I can't stand the Braves. So, for a lot of things for what the Braves
That's
do.
the old Wiley Mets fan inside of you, man.
Yeah,
Mets fan.
That does have some scars from that. Chipper Jones scars. Oh, I don't want to say that name again. But the fact is, dude, is that I'd much rather see the Phillies, dude. Bryce Harper, dude, is coming of age, and I love to see it. He's maturing, dude. That video we shared back and forth, man, of him playing catch with a kid in the stands. Being that go-to guy. He was all bravado before, I want to be the man, But, you learn in life later on, instead of telling everyone you want to be the man, you just start being the man.
Well, let me say.
You don't have to say it.
I love that. And you pointed out he's a little more mature these days because I'll tell you this much. Bryce Harper's always been one for the spotlight. He's the type of guy that hits a home run on opening day. If he has a clutch moment, he's going to throw his helmet. He's going to, do the bat flip and everything. He's always been drawn to the light, if you will. But he's a little bit more mature now. He's reeled it in just a little more. I don't think he's going to be fighting punks like Hunter Strickland anymore in the future.
Man, those guys you come to a point in your life when those guys ain't worth your time anymore, man.
Of course. And Bryce might just be coming of age, like you said. And let me just say, he started his Phillies tenure off with a press conference and said, we're going to bring a title back to Washington, right? And fatefully, the Nationals would go on to win a title that very next year. However, it's gotten better and better and better, and we've been talking about Bryce Harper MVP as of 2 months ago. Now it's like Bryce Harper MVP. He's on pace for the first 100-run, 40-double, 30-homer, 100-walk season since Bobby Abreu. The last gentleman to do it before him, Babe Ruth.
Wow. That's pretty damn good, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'd love to see the Phillies close the gap, dude. The Braves. Oh, man, leave it to the Padres, dude. Did they just lay down to everybody, man? Did they just lay down? I mean, did we overestimate the Padres, dude? I mean, I think we really did. We gave too much before the season started. Oh, Yu Darvish, Ian Snell, Tatis, Machado, Hosmer, Cronenworth, man, all these guys, all these pitchers, man. And they ain't doing – I mean, they are one of the most disappointing teams, dude. And I think we talked about them too much because now they're just laying down like the dogs they are, dude. They laid down to the Giants. They laid down to the freaking Braves. They had them by like 6-7 runs a game and let them back in, dude. So, you know what, man? Padres, you still got some work to do, man. Get out to the beach, dude. Play the over the line, dude. Chase the bikinis. fly the kites, surf the waves, dude. But come on back and try again next spring, dude, with a lot of changes.
Oh, man. We're going to stay talking baseball for just a second. I just can't miss this moment in time. We're at double-digit plus listeners, I believe, for the first time in MisippBROs history. So just want to say thank you, fans. Thank you, listeners. Keep chiming in on the chat. Yes, we love hearing it. We love the support.
On the 27th.
Bruce, we might need to update the screen graphics because we can't even fit that big fat double-digit listeners number on there. I thought we had one. It's actually more than that. It's 10 plus.
Love it.
So thank you very much. Now back to baseball. We talked about the chemistry. The Giants always seem to have chemistry when they make these playoff runs. We talked about a lot of teams that are performing well are very much homegrown. Hello, Tampa Bay Rays. Even the Dodgers have a lot of their homegrown players. The Cardinals always. We'll get to the Cardinals.
16.
The Padres, 16, yes. The Padres are the opposite of that. Outside of Tatis, I look around that entire team. I'm like, you guys were all shipped in here for prospects they shipped out. I just see not a lot of congeniality there. Things are fun when they're hitting grand slams in April on top of the division for all of a week. Anyway, a lot of sparkle, not a lot of shine. Padres,
That's
we'll
right,
see you next
man. What
year.
happened to Slam Diego? What happened? You know what, man? I think I got a Slam Diego shirt. It's in the trash. That's where it's at, dude. So, anyways, man, dude, I think you mentioned something in there, man, that we need to talk about really quick, man. The Rays, the White Sox, and the Astros. Nobody talking about them. Do not sleep on them when they come to the playoffs, dude.
Well, the Astros just got swept out of Oakland, but they're all closely contested games. They were, and color me shocked. I didn't see the A's getting swept by the Mariners, looking dead, to having some grit left in them and performing against the Astros. But they did it. You were there yesterday. How was the vibe?
Dude, the vibe was so cool, dude. It was, we've been to a lot of games, and I've been to a lot of games, and when I got asked to go on Sunday, man, and I said, oh, yeah, man, I get to see my old KXSF guys and gals, man, and, hang out and talk shop and get to see everyone after a couple of years, man. Great stuff. And I'm like, A's game, Astros after they got swept. Oh, man, dude, it was an excellent game. Great fans on a Sunday. And, man, the A's treated us, dude, to an excellent victory, man. They came back, tied the score, played baseball. What happened was Josh Harrison got hurt at short. He's playing short because what? Andrus, the man-child, who scored the winning run the night before on a broken leg.
On a broken leg.
On a broken leg, dude. Broken leg, still scored the winning run.
I was worried it looked like an Achilles. Thank goodness it's a bone, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah. So then you got Harrison, right, who's usually a second baseman. He got hurt diving for a ball to his left. Had to come out. Vimel Machine or something like this comes in.
Machine gun.
Dude, 2 bunts in fantastic situations to move runners over. You won't see it in the headlines. That is why the A's won, dude. Okay? And then they got the guys home, and then Canna comes in the 9th inning, bases juiced. They walked, Olsen, intentionally to load the base. Canna goes off the wall. Celebration music comes on. People are going nuts. It was a great vibe in the Coliseum. I have not been able to say that for quite a while.
Well, and when you were leaving, you said that you felt something.
Dude, man, I felt like, damn, I had a good time at the Coliseum, man. Because you go there and you feel like, oh, man, what disappointment am I going to go through today because of the recent history of the Coliseum, dude. And I almost felt like, bro, and you've been here, dude, okay? I almost felt like I just sat in the parking lot afterwards, watched the A's fans take off, hang out for a little bit, talk to a couple of my buddies, and then they take off. And I felt like, do I want this to be my last time at the Coliseum, dude? You know what I mean? Do I want, because the good feelings, you want to go off on a high note. You know what I mean? And I know myself better, though, but I felt like, man, it just felt good after being at the Coliseum. It's hard to explain to people that haven't been there a whole lot of times, but I did feel good about that. And that's something I'll take away from that experience.
The Oakland Coliseum, a.k.a. baseball's last dive bar.
Yes, dude, it is baseball's last dive bar. You know, I got to meet the hot dog dude. You know Hal, the hot dog guy? Man?
You did? I thought you had an encounter with him. Okay, because he's got a pretty massive Twitter following as far as hot dog vendors are concerned.
Dude,
he's
way up there. Dude, he gets the crowd going, dude. Give me an A, you know, and then all this kind of stuff, and he's out there and he loads up that hot dog, dude. I think I'm still hurting, man, a little bit, man, from all the stuff he puts on it. And he's just a funny dude, man. He's a good guy and loves the A's, loves selling them hot dogs, dude. I asked him, I go, how many dogs you do, man? You know, per game and everything. And he's like, well, on a good day, man, he goes, my record is 180.
Like, okay. Well, back in the day, the A's used to do dollar dogs on Wednesdays, and friends of mine and I in our early 20s, we'd go and do the foolish thing, throw down a $10 bill, try to eat as many hot dogs as we could. Oh yeah, I want those moments back in my life because I never won those contests, and I think my peak number was 4. So
dude,
anyway.
you're not Mark Chestnut, dude.
No,
okay?
no, I don't want to be.
You don't need to be in no hot dog eating contest. Dude, no.
But Hal, the hot dog guy, I do follow him on Twitter. He's well-spoken. He's highly educated. I believe he has a degree in business economics or something of the sort.
Dude.
So very unique dude to be driven enough to be, interacting with fans, have a Twitter following. He kind of educates people on the stadium situation, how he sees it. So very cool, unique experience that you had yesterday with Hal. Just want to throw this to the chat line real quick. We got Alex Weber, a little bit of love. Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Sounding good, chaps. I love the chaps. We got Ed Fireball Sims reminding us the Giants preseason over-under was 74.5 to 75.5, depending on the sport. Cha-ching. And doesn't Ed have a son named Alex? Isn't that true?
Oh, hell yes, he does. Alex, man, what's up?
Alex is not calling me right now, but I had a different Alex. He's on his way to Arizona. Shout out Arizona Alex. He says he texted me right before we went on air. I just wanted to get this in before I forgot. And all the Alex reminders, here it is. He texted before the show began. What better time than mile 248 of 455 to listen to two knowledgeable jabronis who just happen to be brothers chop it up about sports? You're welcome, Alex. Thank you.
Dude, there you go, man. We should put that on a tagline. Alex, knocking it out, man.
If you smell what the MisippBROs are
cooking. Wow, dude, you did a rock jabroni with the MisippBROs, dude. All right. I like it, dude.
How can you not?
I like it.
It's easy. That's easy money. That's a layup for me.
Yeah, or you got to go like, can you smell what the rock is cooking?
All right, real quick. Come on, man. We don't get to talk about wrestling too often. Tell the people about your favorite wrestler from the 90s. Big Papa Pump.
Because Big Papa Pump's got your hook up. Holla if you hear me. Okay, dude, we're getting out of control.
All right, I saw a recent picture of that guy, and I wish I didn't see a recent picture of that guy. Talk about muscles melting all over the place. Anyway,
no, I don't want to ever see that guy again.
Let's round out the baseball discussion real quick. Exciting race in the NL East. Exciting race in the NL West. One of those two superpowers, the Giants and the Dodgers. One of them is going to be in the wild card game. It's going to be tragic for one team, but hopefully they can hold it off. Well, I want to see both teams go deep in the playoffs just because of their talent and their consistency. Now, the American League wild card. Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Mariners, A's still clinging to life. Boop.
Boop. Short life.
Boop. Anyways, they're all within 3 games of each other. Only 2 out of the 5 can make it. Pick your 2.
It's Yankees, Red Sox, dude.
It's Yankees, Red Sox. Even with those Jays and all that firepower, and Marcus Semien became the first second baseman ever to hit 43 homers. What is happening?
The Red Sox, I think their schedule shows that they play the Orioles next. And I think the Yanks go into Toronto, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, so that's gonna be decisive.
Yeah, so that is going to be one hell of a series. And the Yanks can plant their flag, dude, so to speak, if they go into Toronto after going into Boston and wreck shop. Now, they're hot. You never want to mess with a hot team. Just ask anyone playing the Cardinals right now. 16 in a row is 16 in a row. If you're playing the All Nuns League, I don't care. It's 16 in a row. Okay? So the fact is they're playing Major League Baseball. Yes, do the Sky Point, dude. Super Sky Point. All right. So the point is, dude, is that the Yankees are hot. They go into Toronto, man. That's a big series. Boston has got the worst team in baseball. Okay? So I think that Yankees...
Meaning Boston's hosting Baltimore.
Correct. Well, I think it's the other way around. I think they're going to Baltimore. It doesn't matter. long story short, man, is I think Yankees and Boston come out of that too. And then we have an epic one-gamer, dude, which is fantastic for baseball. And just like you talked about, the NL West, the loser of the NL West with over 100 wins, gets to play the hottest team in baseball. That's going to be brutal as well.
Have you ever seen 16-game winning streak this late?
No, not this late. Of course, I saw the A's streak.
That was like mid-August, right? That was mid-August.
Yeah, that was mid-August. That was magical, dude. Unreal. But this is just, it's funny, man. I trade emails with Will Leitch. He's a reporter for SI. He's got his own. He writes for New York Magazine. He's got his own podcast. He's a big Cardinals fan. And I sent an email to him the other day, man. Just said, Will, I go, what the hell is going on? Signed, everyone. Okay.
Thank you. And including us all.
And he writes back, I'm in a 2-week coma, dude. He's like, I can't believe what is going on, dude. That is unreal, man. It's incredible what the Cardinals are doing, and it's great for baseball. They just catapulted them up to the top to get rid of all the red garbage, and so, hey, NL East, Phillies, Braves, you need to win a division or you gone. That's
gone, gone. That baby's gone. Now, let me just say, we talked about the Cardinals last week because, heck, they were at 13. Now they're at 16. I mean, they're worth talking about. And I said that they're one of the most homegrown, successful franchises all time. 9 World Series titles is second only to the Yankees. And they're so consistent, at least in my adult lifetime. They really are. I saw a little stat that they are the last time the Cardinals had the worst record in the National League was in 1908. So every other team has been in the last 75 years or so. They've been over 100 years, 120 about. So St. Louis Cardinals, tip of the cap. Love the old school STL. Love the birds on the jersey. Just hated playing in semi-pro when we were on the Livermore Pirates. Tri-Valley Pirates, excuse me.
That's the team I beat. That's the team I beat when I threw back-to-back, baby.
Yes, you did, because we needed it. We certainly needed it. Now,
right. Hey,
swept Brandon Belt. Are we concerned? Stay tuned, Giants fans.
I haven't heard the latest, dude, but whenever you take a ball off your finger, fastball, not good. Not good. And that would really, you know what, though? This is the thing. This is a take that my first thought was, yeah, it would suck. It would hurt for him to be out. Definitely. But the Giants have so much depth.
So much depth, yeah. Go throw Chris Bryant at first base. Go put Wilmer Flores at first base. I mean, interchangeable. All these guys are hitting 15, 20 home runs. But Belt is their hottest hitter, in my opinion, right now. He just had 2 homers the other night. That brought him to 29. I'm praying for his health. I want him to get to 30. He'd be the first Giants player to hit 30 since you know who.
Well, you know what, man? I agree, dude. He is their hottest hitter. But the Giants have so many hitters that can take over the hottest hitter mantle. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, Crawford gets hot. And all of a sudden, Posey gets hot. And all of a sudden, Lamont Wade Jr. gets hot. And where the hell is Chris Bryant been? What's he doing, dude? Is he one of those guys that just kind of silky smooth his way to 275 and not really do a whole lot? Is that what his whole thing is now? I don't know. Because what I've seen so far, I guess I was expecting more.
I think his hot streak's still to come, and I think for Giants fans, that's a big plus. Let's not forget, he's got icy cold veins, in my opinion. He was part of the Cubs championship team in 2016, and he made the last out at third base. Do you know how many people might chunk that throw after 100 and some odd years of waiting?
He slipped when he threw it.
He did. He did fall. But Giants fans, hang in there. Let's pray for Brandon Belt's health, and I mean, cheers to what's going to be a fantastic last week of regular season baseball.
Oh, it's going to be awesome, dude. You know, with that, and then you got NFL in full swing. NBA Media Day today as well, dude. So we're getting all the sports are getting intertwined together, man. It's a great time of year. September. October is one of my favorite months in sports, dude.
Oh, September and October are way up in my monthly power rankings, which I'm constantly updating, by the way. But February is at the bottom, okay? We all know why we don't like February.
Pretty bad. August is pretty bad, too, really.
February is like, here's your Super Bowl, sports fans, and nothing else.
Yes. NBA.
Can't stand February. Yeah, but it's, they also go through their All-Star break. There's like a week and a half of inactivity. So, but I do love the All-Star break in basketball. I'm a big fan of the dunk competition and the three-point competition. However, Chad, I do want to talk maybe some NBA media. I do want to talk some college football, but I promised people on our Instagram page, people saw you disc golfing last Thursday for the first time. Heck, I saw you disc golfing last Thursday for the first time. One of the fastest growing sports in all of the country. I'm not making this up. It was a pandemic-friendly sport. It's just blown up in popularity. Yours truly started playing in February. Chad, what do you think of hucking some discs at Moraga Commons Park on Thursday?
Dude, man, thanks for the surprise, dude. My brother a little bit ambushed me, dude, saying, yeah, man, why don't we meet at this place, dude? I know some things around there, man. We'll hang out.
We're going on a hike.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go on a hike, yeah. Anyways, he shows up, got the bag of disc golfs. I got to watch myself with that word. And so, anyways, dude, I know you've been playing it. We've been talking about it, man. And it was cool to get out there, dude. You were, we did a couple warm-ups, all this kind of stuff. Let's just go after it, dude. And that was a cool day, dude. And not only that, man, you get the right disc, you can huck that sucker, man. That thing will fly, dude. I can see why you guys dig this. Hey, when you said it's the fastest growing sport, one of the fastest growing sports, now, at least it's not cornhole, okay, dude? Because that is ridiculous. This takes a little bit more of the skill, and we had a great time out there, dude. Couple of great shots, dude, on both ends, both sides, dude, and little forearm action, dude. I mean, it was. I think I found what works for me, dude. What did you see out there, dude?
Well, that power forehand of yours was certainly surprising for a first round out. If this was your first round out, at least in a really long time.
Long time, yeah.
Chad was putting some mustard, as they would put it, on the forehand, and you can watch the video on our Instagram page, of course. Was proud to share the course with you. And as far as I go, my brother, my best shot was the first shot of the day. I didn't get any closer than that.
Damn, dude. Dude, the first shot, you guys got to hear this, man. First shot, man, he chucks it up there, and I'm going, oh, I'm screwed. I'm screwed all day. This was hole number one. Hole number one, dude. Mark puts it at the pin, dude, right on the ground, and I'm like,
that is called parking it in disc golf. And I did go on to make the birdie putt. It was my only birdie putt of the day. And it's kind of typical of me to blow the magic early, or blow your wad, one might say.
Whoa,
anyways,
hey, man, you don't want that rep, dude. You don't want that rep, dude.
No. I'm working on it. All
right.
The more you do, the better you get. But let me just say, shout out to Chad. Chad was keeping score from the get-go. He goes, so I'm +1 behind you, +2, back to +1. I'm like, you're not supposed to be competing with me right now. This is your first just tour out there, and yes, I should beat you, but he stayed on my heels throughout. I think I got you by 3 or 4 when it was all said and done.
Yeah, dude, but hey, no. MisippBROs cannot go anywhere and not compete a little bit, even in the background, even if we're not saying it. Ever since you were a little guy, dude, man, you were always wanting to do exactly what I was doing, man. All right. And so we will compete, and we love it. And it's good for everything. And yeah, I'm like, I'm +1, I'm +2. Oh, damn it. I'm +3. This can't happen. And I think we did end up +3 or 4, but not bad for the first time in 3-4 years, 5 years, maybe. I put it in San Francisco a couple of times at Golden Gate, dude. That was cool. But I didn't play it like this. I didn't have dude, the discs I used, I found at Golden Gate. Yeah. So that was the extent of my disc golf career then. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I've always appreciated the fact that we played $0 to play that at that public park.
Yes.
Which is very, very consistent with many parks, probably 90% of the parks I played at. And we got out there in about an hour, and enjoyed a little throwing the ball afterwards. But I tell people all the time, it's accessible, it's easy to get going, it's easy to understand. There's not a lot of complexity to it, and it's nice to just get out on there. It feels like you're
and yak it up, man. See what's going on in each other's lives, that kind of stuff. But you know what? My favorite parts is, ching, the sound of those chains, dude. That's a cool ending to the hole, dude. I don't care what you say. It
kind of reminds me of being on the blacktop in elementary school when the basketball hoops had the chains. Similar kind of clank sound to it, a little swish, but I promise you're just delighted the disc golf listeners that tuned in, because they live for that sound. Clank and chains.
Right,
baby.
On, man. Get out there and throw that disc.
And speaking of keeping up with you, I'll never forget my first wiffle ball home run off of you over the fence. It was like my World Series moment. Might be a top five moment for me all time in the life of young Spark. So thank you for always giving me something to chase after and compete with. Now, we're getting up kind of against it. Want to know if you'd rather talk about Clemson football or anything else in that big, beautiful head of yours. Clemson's done.
Why
are they done? Why are they done? They lost 2.
They've lost 2. They're done. They're done. And Dabo knows it. You can see it in his press conference. You can see it in dejection. He is not happy with his quarterback, man. This DJ, and man, I heard them say it a couple times, and I do not know how to say that kid's name. He's got some growing pains. He's a 5-star recruit. Anyways, I love to see other teams come in because I'm getting tired of Clemson, Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Oregon already got Ohio State in Ohio State, and now Clemson's lost 2. So they're going to have a real hard time only if they manipulate their way back in, and they have the money to do it. So we'll see. But I think Clemson's cooked.
Well, the voters won't forget about them, and they're still clinging to life in the top 25. But Clemson fell to number 25 in the rankings. It's the first time they've been outside of the top 10 in 97 weeks, a.k.a. 2 years.
I mean, how ridiculous is that they've lost 2 games, and they're still in the top 25? I mean, there's 26 other teams better than Clemson right now, I guarantee you.
Well, let me just say one thing. It's always tough to replace the number 1 overall pick. I mean, that's a lot to adjust to. Clemson going to the new quarterback for the first time in 2-3 years. Moving on from Trevor Lawrence. I also see this happening with Alabama. Hello, Mac Jones. Ohio State, Justin Fields. There's going to be some turnover between those 3 teams, and therefore it might open up a national championship match with teams we haven't seen in 4 or 5 years.
Man, would that be nice or what, man?
Would that
be
nice.
Awesome or what?
So,
that would be cool. It'd be cool. And, the Pac-12 has to take advantage of this. If the West Coast wants to get back into the national spotlight, wants to be talked about again, they got to take advantage of this window, dude.
Right now. So, yes, keep an eye on Clemson. The college football season promises to be a little bit more mixed up than years past. So, keep an eye on that. 2-2, Clemson. Interesting. So, been throwing it out to the listeners. Maybe
man, what you got on the chat line, man?
Getting a little off-the-ball topic today, and what's popped up, I can surmise dodgeball. Now, I don't know if dodgeball is an off-the-ball topic because it's literally about a ball, but I have an off-the-ball topic for you, Chad. What are your thoughts on dodgeball? Do you miss the sound of that red nylon polyurethane, whatever the hell that ball is made out of? Do you miss the satisfying slap from hitting kids in gym class?
Dude, we used to play it all the time, dude. We used to just rake people, dude. Rake people with that ball. And dude, you used to get raked yourself. That was part of it, man. And that's part of growing up and playing on the playground back in the day, dude, and dodgeball. And then, you get you make sure and get your enemy in there, man, your least favorite person, man, and make sure that they get in the middle, dude, so you get a good shot at them. And then they got a shot at you, dude. So it was, you kind of, that's why I don't think kids these days, man, they don't get an opportunity to release some aggression constructively.
Oh, okay? Yeah, they are not playing dodgeball in today's modern gym class.
No, it's too freaking, it's too everything, dude. Don't you feel like everything is too everything now? Does that make sense? Because everything is too everything. Like I was at the game last night and someone was talking, a conversation, it was a great conversation, and all of a sudden they stopped and go, I don't know. I go, no, just say it. Just say it. It's okay, dude. It wasn't horrible. But everything is just to everything now. And so anyways, long story short, dude, I think it was great, man. Dodgeball was fantastic. Now, the way people took it, I think everything graduates, dude, in time. There's really big kids now, man, that are just, they can just decimate other poor kids, man. So I understand what's going on, but it was a good time. Hey, I'd play dodgeball right now if you let me, dude. If you want to you get your boys together, we'll get a dodgeball game going. What do you think?
That'd be nice. I think 5-on-5 is the base minimum number. Then you need 10 of those sweet red balls, I believe. Let me just ask you this. Say you're on a 1-on-1. It's down to the last 2 guys, right? Or girls, excuse me. And, you both got a ball. Would you rather end it with a peg or would you rather end it with a snag? Because you can end it one of 2 ways.
Oh, snag.
Snag it, right?
Dude,
thank you.
Yes, dude, that was the ultimate, dude.
Yeah, it's like the whole question from baseball. Would you rather ask an outfielder, would you rather rob a home run or hit a home run? 99% of people will say rob a home run.
Yes,
much more drama.
Because they do it less, right?
Because you always
flair. Yes. And it's harder to do, believe it or not.
A satisfying finish. And 2 quick stories from 2 different high schools. Clayton Valley class of 2003, 4, 5, around that era. The head coach of the baseball team, shout out Coach Rollins, Ralston. I didn't play for the man, so correct me on the line if you guys got it. But anyway, he was a gym teacher, like a lot of baseball coaches are, and he would take all of the varsity baseball players and put them on one team and just have at the rest of the gym class. I am certain you can't do that anymore. But
That's not. There's a lot of stuff like that went on, man. That you can't do it, and it's probably better for it. But everything has their time, dude. Okay, and that's why you just got to embrace it. You lived it, you love it, and you don't have to keep repeating it. Okay, it has its time. You move on, and this is one of those things as well, dude. Definitely.
Well, yeah. And on the East Coast, I got to experience something very fun for the competitive ones like myself and you. Something called AP gym class. It was for the kids that wanted to, run the miles and wanted to climb the ropes. They wanted to be a gym class, not just the kids walking around, ditching, smoking cigarettes, whatever. Do you, baby? But what I'm saying is, if you wanted to play some hyper intense competitive dodgeball and obstacle course, whatever gym class was composed of, this was the elites. So I had a great time senior year with all the intramurals and the AP level dodgeball. Last thing on dodgeball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Name the movie.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. The movie Dodgeball.
There it is, folks. Yes. He does watch movies, or he's very intuitive with his answers. So,
I think more. I'll go with more the intuitive. Movies are like 2 hours long. I don't know. I could watch a ball game for 3 hours, but 2 hours on a movie, tough. Hey, dude. I want to get one thing in before we sign off, man. And thank you for everyone for checking us out today, man. It's great to have this number of people checking in, chiming in. More comments, the better, dude. We love it, man. We feed off it. It's good stuff. Also, man, the Warriors have their media day today, man. And I heard a couple quotes from Bob Myers, and it listened like they're trying to lessen expectations for this year. Okay, that's with the Wiggins situation. They're non-commenting on the vaccination status for him, if he's going to be able to play. And now they're talking about, if we stay healthy, we're going to have and look at the quote from Bob Myers. It's very telling in the quote. We have a chance to beat the better teams. Whoa, dude. To me, that's kind of like, are you setting yourself for underdog status, or are you being realistic and saying, we're good, but we're not what we were? And I think it's more the latter. What do you think?
Well, the first big domino to fall is, what state of Klay Thompson do we have? All reports are that he's healthy, just a bevy of leg injuries. We haven't seen him dribble a basketball in 27 months. It breaks my heart.
Yes.
It really does. Talk about one of the, I think, most likable athletes and most appreciated skill sets. Just basketball theater watching Klay Thompson zoom around a court and take the always perfectly on balance jump shot. Coach's dream, that jump shot, where the opposite of Steph Curry, who will just throw it up off balance 34 feet away, does way different style of ball. What theater to watch, though. But to me, the Warriors will be as good as Klay Thompson bounces back and as far as Steph Curry can carry them. Does that sound like a familiar formula?
Yeah, definitely, man. And are the Warriors going to the well one time too often? I don't know, man. They got to count on a lot of youngsters, and I think that's where Bob Myers is a little bit tepid in his expectations, dude. Wiseman's coming off injury. Moody just got drafted, solid player it looks like, but he's young. And then Kuminga is the wild card. If he goes off, then okay, the Warriors got something. Green's a year older, Thompson's a year older. All these guys. Iguodala is like 100. Okay, dude. And so it's going to be very interesting, man. And I just found that very, very interesting that he mentioned that. And I don't know if you saw the Kevin Durant interview today, man, with on Zoom. Did you see that media day?
I heard the quote. I heard it was very dry. Hey, why do they call you KD? Because my first name Kevin starts with a K, and my last name Durant starts with a D.
Did you see who was asking the question?
David Letterman.
David Letterman, dude, crashed the Zoom.
Can I ask what the hell?
I know, out of nowhere, dude. Letterman shows up and crashes the Zoom, and then proceeds to ask him if he said, I just got off the phone with the owner of the James Dolan for the Knicks. He goes, on your off days, he's trying to be funny, on your off days of the Nets, would you mind playing for the Knicks? Would you do that?
On your off days.
Yeah,
right.
on your
the guy
off
who
days,
played
right.
35 games last year. Mm-hmm.
And then he said the best one. He said at the end, he said, when you play the Pelicans, do you just giggle? Because it's the Pelicans.
Yeah, yeah. I always thought that was
the name Pelicans, dude. Anyways, David Letterman was a comedic from his time, dude. It's funny stuff to me. It's dry, and I know what to expect from him, and it's funny. I know his time is gone, but it was interesting that Letterman crashed, and KD was none too happy about it. He even said, okay, that's the last one, Dave. That's it.
Jeez, Kevin. Sometimes so likable, usually on the court, and sometimes so maddeningly not likable.
Yeah,
when it comes
dude.
to sound bites.
Yeah. But, to me, man, yeah, NBA had their media day. They're back in the news. But, dude, it's baseball season, number one, playoff time, and it's football season, dude, period, in the story until we get finished with everything. And then I'll probably check in on basketball a little bit.
Just a reminder to fans, basketball season tips off in about a month. And, of course, these tip-off, the premiere night, if you will, always star-studded. I believe the Warriors got the Lakers right off the bat. So about 4 weeks, we'll be covering a lot of basketball, we promise you. I got one last thing to say here, Chad. I didn't want to miss one of my least favorite anniversaries, but one of my all-time, not just favorite pitchers, not just favorite baseball players, but favorite athletes of all time for your brother Mark. September 25th, 5 years to the day. Rest in peace, Jose Fernandez.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. Gosh, man. What a talent. What a talent that freaking just – the worst accident, man, you can have where you end up freaking gone. And, damn, that was 5 years ago, man. Jose Fernandez, a fantastic pitcher for the Miami Marlins at the time. And, man, just getting into his prime. That set that franchise back years, dude. Many years.
That's where the collection of stars kind of got pushed out after that. I mean, what a major blow. Not to make this about baseball operations, because we're talking about a young man's life that got taken way too soon. But what a major blow to roster building, to your franchise, when you lose a pitcher that, to me, was going to be not just top 10 for the better part of a decade, but maybe top 5. I mean, few could spin a slider the way he could. Few played with the passion, energy, and attitude, if you will, of
leadership.
And he could swing the bat. What a beast he was, man, truly. So,
rest in peace. Just coming into his own. Rest in peace, man. I mean, damn, man, I wish he didn't take that boat out.
And just breaking news from the NFL. Oh. Remember this guy. He's not dead. Not yet. Remember Josh Gordon? Wide receiver. Enigma. Couldn't lay off the weed for his life.
I seriously thought you were going to say Andy Reid, dude.
He's going to Andy Reid's team. Josh Gordon intending to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me say, that's interesting.
Dude, are the Chiefs getting a little desperate?
They had 3 turnovers on their first 3 drives yesterday. We didn't really get to cover this. The Chargers jerseys looked fantastic in Arrowhead yesterday, by the way. The white tops, the yellow pants, the baby blue. I love the baby blue. Your brother's big on aesthetics. We talk about it often. But in that sea of red, they looked great. They came out to play. They played hard. Tyreek Hill fumbled. Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbled. Somebody tipped up a Pat Mahomes pass that should have been caught and it got intercepted. So the Chiefs, don't panic yet. They're still the Chiefs. But we haven't seen them with a losing record in 6 years.
No, man, but you just kind of, I sit back and you try to look at the feel, man. You try to step back and get the feel of it instead to see what might happen in the future. And the Chiefs just, they went to the Super Bowl, they won it, and then they went to the Super Bowl and lost it. And then now Mahomes is 4 or 5 years in the league. Reed is in the hospital. They're signing Josh Gordon. I mean, it seems like things aren't going very well. Cubas, what do you think, man? What do you think? I know he's watching out in KC. Tell me if I'm wrong, man, because I think KC fan is feeling the same way.
I believe they'll be just fine, but probably not the start they envisioned. Both of their losses were incredibly tight, by the way. And again, the fact they even made it a match after turning the ball over their first 3 drives. I mean,
yeah, true.
So don't count them out just yet, and I promise it's not Pat Mahomes' fault.
No, you can't count them out. It's only 3 weeks into a 17-week season, dude. Come on.
No, exactly. And speaking of, I think we just hit the hour mark, which we try not to do. We love this. We could go for another hour, we promise you. Yeah, but we know in today's society, you're all busy. We thank you for tuning in. We try to hit the 30 to 45-minute sweet spot. But hey, on days like today, where you draw the energy from the chat and you got so many people involved, we just can't help ourselves. So thank you, listeners, again. I'm going to throw it off the chat here, sign us off in just a second. If you haven't already, please like the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it is what I meant to say. And more importantly, turn the notification bell on. We promise you'll get the MisippBROs live every Monday and Thursday. And you might spare Chad and I having to corral all you with text messages. So Chad, sign us off, would you?
Right on, man. Well, that's a great way to go out, man. No, thank you so much for checking it out, man. We love. Let's just keep growing, man. Put some questions on, at the end of the segment, man. Send us some questions. We'd be happy to answer them. We might even ask the MisippBROs anything. We might have an AMA. All right, dude, and go from there, man. Hey, till the next time on Thursday, man. When the pennant races get hotter, Thursday night football's in the wheelhouse. This is the MisippBROs coming to you live. We are